Hey guys, Joonas here, the founder of EduLoader. So in this video, I'm going to go through how to make $500 a week tax-free for just 3 hours of work following the EduLoader system. So of the approximately 400 current EduLoader members, about half of those make close to $500 a week in profit. So it's very realistic for many. So I thought I'd just record a quick video to just really outline the simple steps to follow to be in that bracket of making $500 a week for just 3 hours of work. So for those not familiar, my background is in quant finance. I've been a professional derivatives trader for many years. I worked at Bet365 for 5 years, and I've been betting successfully for many years. So firstly on results. So, we publish our results a lot, and it's purely because track record is everything. But another way to look at results is, well, hang on a minute, how achievable is that? What are the assumptions there? How much bankroll do I need? What accounts do I need? Etc. 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 But my main point here is we've got a very profitable long-term profit chart there, as you can see, but there are little bumps along the way, which we need to appreciate, we need to manage the risk on. So what are the steps to making $500 a week in 3 hours? It's tax-free again, which is a beautiful thing. Step one, and I'll go through these in a bit more detail in the next few slides, but step one is just getting set up with the right accounts. It's a glorious time right now. There are so many bookies in Australia that are all battling for market share. So we're very lucky to have so many bookies out there just offering an outrageous amount of promotions that we can take advantage of. Step two is about bankroll management and stake sizing to again manage. The previous slide had the profit chart, which charts upwards very nicely, but if you zoom in on it, there are little bumps along the way. But really, it's just about bankroll management and stake sizing that allows you to just ride out those little short runs of bad luck. Step three is, it's all about turnover at the end of the day. When you've got a system that works really consistently over a long period of time, all it comes down to is a very simple formula, which I'll go through in a moment. Then step four is about sustainability. So the bookies can promo ban you if you just abuse promos. So it's important to have a sort of a split between promo and non-promo flow. Essentially, you don't want to look like you're abusing them on the promotions. You want to look like a recreational punter. So we've got a fairly simple way to go about that, and it's also about just spreading your betting across the bookies. I mentioned there are so many bookies at the moment. It's a glorious time. So step one, bookies. These are the key ones that we look at. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 8. There are about 18 of them. You can get first deposit bonus offers with these guys if you just wait a little bit, and most of these offer really good promotions. So getting set up with a bunch of accounts is step number one. Step number two is working out what your betting bankroll is. So if you've got $500 to bet with, for example, you're like, okay, I'm happy to allocate $500 to my betting. Then using the 5% rule, that means your stake size per bet is $25. And as your betting bankroll goes up and down, you just adjust that. So if next week it's 1,000, then your stake size is $50. And then with the bonus bet tips, these are the staking rules that we suggest. So if we tip a bonus bet of $8, which is under $10, you can have a full bonus on it. If it's between 10 and 20, you have a half. If it's over 20, just have a quarter. So those are just some simple rules to follow regarding stake sizing. Then the next, this is just a bit of a zoom in again of how we do have those little bumps, but the 5% rule allows you to overcome that really nicely. Here's a chart here's a table rather of the bonus bet tips. So you can see some weeks we don't convert very well. Like that week we got slammed, but that week we had an amazing week. That week we had an amazing week. But we come out on top long term. We're winning it. We're converting bonuses into cash at 110%. If you back them with cash, you'd be winning at just over 19% profit on turnover. Those numbers are pretty conservative as well, especially with the golf. You can very often, in fact, get 10 to 20% higher in terms of price. If you look around, we just assume sports bets price just to be somewhat conservative. Step number 3, so this is just about doing the turnover, and the maths is pretty simple. So a lot of words on this slide, so just bear with me for a minute. I'll just move my head out of the way. So edge loader tips. So your expected profit is simply going to be your betting turnover multiplied by 31%. So if your betting turnover for the week is $1,000, your expected profit from our tips is $310. So then the non-promo tips, if you're betting simply on a $1.90 line, you're going to lose at 5.26%. So therefore, if you've got 50-50 flow on the sharp tips that we send out at 31% profit on turnover, half your flow is on minus 5.26%. And these $1.90 lines are very easy to find. And the bookies just see them as just mug flow. It's just like, thanks for coming, especially on like an NBA or NFL. So if you got 50-50 flow on that, you'll win at 25.74% profit on turnover on your edge loader tips. So whilst it's a little drop of 5.26, it's an easy way to say sustainable, which is going to be the next slide. So therefore, to make it $500 a week, you'll need to turn over 500 divided by the 25.74%, which is 1943 in turnover. So then if you're betting $50 stakes, that means you need to have $39 bets. If you're betting $100 stakes, you need 19.5 bets. And the $100 bets, you just need to be getting on with 2 bookies for that. That's just how that works. Just a little disclaimer down the bottom, not really disclaimer, but just a true fact. So the bonus conversion with the bonus bet results is actually 110%, not 90%. And since a third of the tips that we send out result in bonus bets back, the true profit on turnover is actually going to be this number here plus 1/3 multiplied by the 20 percentage points difference, which is actually 32.4%. So if you're following the cash and the bonus bet tips, you'll actually be winning at 32.4%, which means you just need 31 $50 bets or 15.5 $100 bets per week. And sustainability. So if all you do is belt promos, then you will eventually get promo banned. The bookies want to see some sort of some signs that you're not just there to abuse promotions. So that's why we suggest a 50-50 split between promo and non-promo flow. And in this previous slide, I'll just go back one slide. This is where we explained a very simple method by which you can only lose 5.26% per bet. And if you're betting with bookie A over here on the plus and bookie B over there on the minus, you'll just consistently lose it at 5.26%. So you're not even risking anything. You're just paying a little bit of a donation there. The second part is just to spread your betting across bookies. Don't hit sports bet for 2 months in a row. Take them out for a few weeks, go over there, then go over there, then, just mix it up. When you've got 20 to choose from, you might as well just spread it around and make them nervous that you've forgotten about them for 4 weeks, and then come back and do some more and that sort of thing. If you follow that, you're able to just extend this for many years. So in summary, step 1, get set up with the accounts. You can go back to the start of the video where we've got like 18 bookies that you can open up accounts with, and we summarize the first deposit offers you can set up and you can take advantage of as well. So it's easy to get off to a quick start, sort of build 200 up to 800 very quickly. Step 2, work out your betting bankroll, and that just use the 5% rule. Use those rules around bonus bets, staking that I talked about a couple of minutes ago as well. Step 3, it's just about the turnover. So the formula is fairly simple. Then it's sustainability, 50-50 flow, spread your betting across bookies. Then the last question is really, well, where did you get these 3 hours of time in? Well, if you're having 32 bets, it takes you 4 minutes per bet, a bit of prep before, maybe you resulted afterwards. That's 2 hours and 8 minutes. And then maybe there's 52 minutes per week of just sort of funding accounts and setting things up. So that's your 3 hours. So it's extremely doable. And of the 400 members or so that we have at the moment, about 50% will basically follow this. They'll make about 500 a week for 3 hours of work. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, you can get me on Telegram or email us here. If you like the video on YouTube, feel free to like it and subscribe to us. Cheers, guys. Bye.